Wicked Good Season 4, Episode 02. Tommy Chong, CBD, Blue Chew, and myself are the advertisers for this episode. Check them out right now at wickedgood.xyz, wickedgood.xyz, wickedgood.xyz. Everything's there. Advertisers, YouTube, Twitch, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, The Hub. A lot. I'm going to talk about some other stuff that's also there, but wickedgood.xyz has everything. So just go there if you want to do whatever. Just go to the website. Doesn't matter. It's going to bring you to a link tree right now because that's just the way that it's set up. Don't want to pay for the all the web shit and the security possible flaws. So it's a link tree. Don't be scared. Just click on the stuff. There you go. Today's episode, pretty packed. A lot of it is kind of all over the place, but I mean, that's kind of what you get for every episode. Quick topic rundown, basically what we're going to quickly talk about. I'm not going to get into each one, obviously. Space Station End of Life, Starship full stack presentation, SpaceX's Polaris Dawn, the Earn It Act. New music is actually surprisingly lower in the amount of streams it is compared to old catalog. Kanye's new album, let's see how that goes. Snoopdog buying Death Row. ALIAS, basically, DARPA flew a Black Hawk helicopter on autopilot. Definitely want to talk about that. I think that's cool. Walmart joins a funding round for vertical farming. NordVPN, Surfshark, they've merged apparently. Well, that sounds like a great idea. $25 million was basically spent on one podcast for whoever it's the Dutches or whatever, that goddamn fuck. So we're going to look into that. Obviously leads into Rogan talk. Don't want to talk about it too much. I think it's talked about too much. But on top of that, Pageviews, Pageviews, suing Business Insider. Scientists regrow a frog leg. Crypto stuff, the Assange NFT and Snoopdog NFTs. Also, I'll tell a story about what happened over the weekend, which is really fun. And what do we have? On top of that, the crisis text line selling its data. I think that's obviously an issue. And then I can't say this because it's in the first 10 minutes, so you'll have to wait for the rest of the episode to hear what the last topic is. But that's how she usually goes. Leave the spicy stuff for last. Do want to start it off with, obviously, I think, what is it? It's been like 2 weeks or whatever. I haven't posted an episode. Honestly, kind of dreaded it. I'm fine with it now. I'm feeling good. So we're back on the schedule. But in the meantime, I basically made sure we have now the NFT is completely set up. So if you want to get one, they're $10. Basically the lowest limit I was allowed to sell them for on OpenSea. I don't care if you want to buy a shitload or if you want to buy zero. It's just $10. Clearly the point for me in the future is I would like to plan, or am planning, once it's possible, to actually turn it into some sort of Patreon rather than using Patreon and having the possibility that Patreon can just kind of wipe shit out. So these will be minted, obviously. These are on Polygon. No gas fees. Right now, it's kind of the simplest thing I can go with. I didn't want to make a contract and a whole bunch of shit. I know it was possible, but figured I'd just have something out now so it's there. The black paper, or a lot of people say white paper. I'll just read it real quick. But you can find it. It's on OpenSea. The account is Wicked Good, so just basically literally Wicked OpenSea.io/WickedGood. The NFTs are there. Every single episode is getting its own NFT, and right now we're starting with Season 1, and we're going to progress from there, obviously. Each one is being released bi-weekly, so every other week, one is being released. Oh, wait. I am actually releasing them weekly. Whatever. Just go check them out. I don't know. I haven't looked in a while to actually see what's going on. I do have to actually see what's going on because it seems like there's been a big update with OpenSea. The hack happened. I don't want to talk about in this episode. I'll talk about in the next episode 'cause I just don't have time. But the NFTs are up. You can go check that out. On top of that, we now have donations. I wanted to do something with Twitch because obviously I have the Twitch stream now, and I'd like to make it a little bit more interactive. But PayPal wants to take 5% off every single donation, which just annoys me. On top of that, I don't want them necessarily having full access to all the transactions and everything. So I figured I'll go full in. We now have a Monero wallet for donation. We have an Ethereum wallet for donation. We have a Bitcoin wallet for donation. Dogecoin, Sheeb, basically the same ETH wallet, and Dash. So again, it's Dash, Sheeb, Doge, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Monero. If I would recommend any donation form, highly would recommend Monero. It's the most secure blockchain, and it's very, very it's a lot more anonymous than Bitcoin or any of the other ones. So if you would like to donate, please do so through that. I don't know if I'm trying to get the Twitch up to, I think it's 50 followers, a certain amount of watch time or whatever. Then I can get subs. So that will be another way to, obviously I still have the Patreon, which is useful, but I think the direct donation, I wanted to make sure I had something for that. So we have the coins. That's on the website. There's a donation tab. There's donation tabs just for that. It's all going to bring you to a paste bin. Also on the Twitch live stream, all the wallet QR code addresses are constantly being rotated. I'm not using any third-party sign in through MetaMask, all this crap, because I don't want them stealing your data. Also, if someone's gonna get the data, I'd prefer it be me over other I'm not really getting any goddamn data anyways, other than your wallet address. So whatever. If you want a new address to send it through that, so that way you can be a lot more anonymous, get in contact with me. I'm sure if you want to do that, you can figure out how to get in contact with me. So that's another thing. On top of that, now every single episode, we have a survey. So in the description, there will be a survey. I think there is, depending on the episode, it's a 40-second survey, so it doesn't take very long. I know I have the comments turned off on main channel uploads. That's more, I just don't want to deal with the crap. Obviously, clips have it, but if you want to give me actual feedback and useful feedback, the surveys are always in every single episode's descriptions. I updated all the old episodes, so even the old episodes now have surveys that are directly, it lets you, basically, you can go through which topics did you like, which ones you didn't, stuff like that. Let's see what else. Also, I now have a phone number for the show, so if you'd like to, I'm not going to fucking read your text, but if you'd like to leave a topic or something, or just call and leave a fucking voicemail, I want to do something with that later on, even with the Twitch streams and stuff. So I created it now, so it's there. I'm not going to say it now. I'll wait till the end of the video to say it, just because who fucking knows what. But phone number coming up, so you can text me, call me. Well, I'm not answering any of the text messages, nor am I answering any of the calls, but you can leave a voicemail. I don't even think I'm pretty sure the phone just immediately sends you to voicemail. So go ahead, figure out what that number is if you want. To start to actual topics, I have no idea how long that fucking went on. Hopefully it went on a good amount of time, but show meta stuff. Song of the week is On My Shit by Sinister, and the reason I'm saying that is because there's a Z, and Pharmacist. Obviously banger. I only put bangers in the song of the week, so go check that out. Obviously can't play it for DMCA reasons, but it's there if you want. Started off space stuff. First space topic is the space station end of life. Clearly, at some point, the space station it's getting old. They just installed a new toilet 1 year ago, and it's been up there for a while, so it's getting old. At some point, gonna have to do something with it, and it seems that they know what they're gonna do. So instead of making it like some sort of, this is what I would like to happen. It would be cool if you could not turn it into like a tourist attraction where like people go into it, but if you like lift it up really, really high into Earth's orbit, and then just all you do is just spend money on continuously making sure it's the same orbit, and then just, I don't know, it's like a living museum up there. What a lot of people are talking about in a lot of the headlines were the deorbiting plan, and when you're deorbiting, it means you're leaving the orbit. Didn't say that correctly, but you get the point. Basically crash into the Earth and somehow land in the ocean. With that plan, that would be a lot more destructive, and I'm sure there'd actually be a lot of people probably going out to the ocean to try to get some of the debris. I just think it's a waste. Why just fucking blow? I mean, I think it's the largest or the most expensive structure humans have ever made. So I think it would be kind of a disservice to do that. Even if you just like took it and just like fucking sent it out. Just, I don't know, do something with it rather than just send it into the earth. But well, actually that would be kind of fun to watch. But I mean, really? We're just going to send it into the ground? Also, it seems like a lot of people were missing a lot of the cool stuff that came out of this report. Obviously, as always, there's going to be a paste bin in the description for all the links to the direct shit I'm looking at on the screen that you can't see. But what it is a filing describing the certain things that they would actually be putting into place for future space stations and certain things like that. Basically, what are we doing in 30 years with the International Space Station? Send it into the Earth and build some commercial things so that we still have some sort of lower Earth orbit observatory and or scientific thing. There's the plan. I'm just trying to find the plan. There was one cool part. There's CLDs, commercial lower Earth destinations. That's what they've been talking about in this. There's a lot of CDL capabilities and stuff. The companies that have been assigned to it are Blue Origin, obviously. Shout out Jeffrey Bezos. Northrop Grumman's another one. And I think 2 other companies are in a later phase. But basically, what's going to happen is after 10 years from now, 2030, something's going to happen with the space station. They've been pushing this off. The space station was supposed to end like 2011 or some shit. So who knows if they keep pushing it. But there is a push to commercialize the actual space station aspect of lower Earth orbit. Commercial lower Earth orbit destinations. LCDs. CLDs. What a fucking idiot. Great content. Main point, I don't think anyone should think it's a good idea to just... What? We can't do something cool with it? It'd be funny if they like took it apart like in space and then brought it back down to Earth and then reassembled it. That'd take so much money, but that'd be fucking hilarious. That'd be a lot of work too. Who cares about the space station? It's just flying around the Earth 5 times a day. It doesn't do anything for us. They get to... whatever. I think it's cool. Fuck you if you don't. Also, why wouldn't you want to... Like, I mean, it's like $7 billion. It's got to be more than 7... It's got to be like $70 billion. Got to do something with it. You can't just fucking throw that shit in the goddamn ocean. What is this, a Pepsi can? It might, well, would it leave more pollution than a Pepsi can? Probably not. That's a lot more metal. Something that's also built out of a lot more metal than a Pepsi can. We have the Starship. If you've listened to this before, you know that every single day, I watch the recaps of what's happened at Starbase in Texas. And finally, after, 3 years, we get another update, and this wasn't, I don't know how much of an update this was. The cool part of the update was they finally fully stacked the entire rocket with the arms of the Mechazilla. Quick overview. Basically, it's going to be the largest rocket, and is right now the largest rocket on the planet ever built by humans, and it's in Texas right now. Hasn't launched yet, and hopefully will be launching by the end of March. We'll see how that goes, but it's a giant fucking rocket, and guess how it gets put together? It gets put together by giant fucking chopsticks that picks it up off the ground on this giant tower and then just lifts it all the way up. If you go on YouTube and just look up Starship update or even just Starship lifting, you'll see it happening. They've done it twice now, and it's a sight to behold. I couldn't. I want to go there this year. Hopefully I get to go down there at least at one point this year to see it. But you watch the video and you look for the people. This thing it's fucking ginormous. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. But that's what's gonna send me to Mars. So I think it's very cool. Also, just watching, all right, here's some specs. The height of Starship is 164 feet. So 16-story building, give or take 15-story building. So that's just the Starship. That's not even the actual full stack. Full stack is it's like 400 something feet. So this, whatever, it's mind blowing. I cannot describe to you how fucking large this rocket is, and I don't know. The people who are able to do this shit obviously are hopefully being paid extreme amounts of money. But okay, so Super Heavy is 230 feet and Starship is 160 feet. So that's 300 and almost 400. Wait. Yeah, isn't it 400? 390, whatever. Close enough. What matters is it's the fucking largest rocket on the planet. It's just mind-blowing. You watch any of the videos of it, it just doesn't make any goddamn sense. And if you want an overview of the actual Starship presentation, it wasn't really anything new. We knew if you were in any sort of weekly understanding of Starship and what's been happening, you knew all the stuff already. This was more of just, I guess, a media press conference and a compiling of all the stuff that's happened over the last 2 years. And obviously a lot of stuff has happened in the last 2 years. The high bay, the super high bay is almost done. The mid bay, basically an entire production facility on a beach, all been built in 2 years for the largest rocket on the planet, which is also completely fully reusable. So not only will it go into space, it will be coming back from space and landing. No other rocket does that other than the Falcon 9, which is only the booster. And I'm going to start losing brain cells trying to explain the upper stage, lower stage, all that shit. Secondary, third stage. Main point, no other rocket. Put it this way. Every time you fly an airplane, we don't just throw it out after. That's pretty fucking ridiculous. But every other rocket just shoots shit up in the air and then lands in the ocean. Or if you're China or Russia, you land the shit in some fucking random village in the middle of nowhere that has a couple people in it, but might kill them. And instead of just discarding hundreds of millions of dollars, and not just that, also the metal and all that shit being just thrown into the ocean, how about we reuse the entire thing? Which kind of seems a little bit ridiculous that no one's tried this before, but I'm sure they have tried it, but not on this large of a this rocket is larger than the Saturn V, which sent people to the moon. So that is going to be fucking hurtling itself back to the planet and then landing. Hopefully, obviously none of this is actually proven yet, but it will be nice to finally see some sort of orbit. They're trying, the FAA pushed back. Obviously, when you launch a rocket at a new rocket facility, they're not just going to allow you to be oh, let's fire the world's largest rocket and have no understanding of what the environmental possible impacts of that could be. So the FAA has been doing an environmental assessment of the launch site, and it was supposed to come out in December. Then it got pushed to February, and now it's getting pushed to late March. So they might not be building that. They might not be sending that rocket to orbit in the next month or two, which sucks because it's been sitting there for 4 months waiting to go to orbit. And I don't know how. I'm sure the launch facility is getting there, but who really knows how long a launch facility takes for the world's largest rocket? All this shit's just mind-blowing. It's the future. Oh, the billionaires are, they're going to space. Oh, they have so much money, they're going to space. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm sorry you don't have billions of dollars. Also, Jeff Bezos and that other fucking Virgin guy, they're not actually going to space. Also, Elon has not gone to space yet, so doesn't count. But one billionaire who has gone to space is one of the, whatever you call it, the mission director, not the mission director, the pilot of Inspiration 4, which was the all-civilian flight that happened a couple months ago from SpaceX in the Dragon capsule. They have now announced another program called the Polaris program. I'm just going to read from the website. It's called Polaris Dawn. It looks really fucking sick, and it's happening by the end of this year. So no earlier than fourth quarter of 2022, SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket will launch the Polaris Dawn mission from the historic launch pad 39 Complex 39A at Kennedy Space Center in Florida. Dragon and the Polaris Dawn crew will spend 5 days in orbit. During that, they will work towards the following objectives. So they're spending 5 days in orbit, and we'll get to this, but this will be the farthest distance, way farther than they were at in the Inspiration 4 mission. This is going to be fucking crazy. What they're going to be when I get to the EVA, yes. I'm very happy it's happening. All right, high altitude. This Dragon mission will take advantage of Falcon 9 and Dragon's maximum performance, flying higher than any Dragon mission has to date, and endeavoring to reach the highest Earth orbit ever flown. Orbiting through portions of the Van Allen belt radiation belt, Polaris Dawn will conduct research which will aim to better the understanding of the effects of spaceflight and space radiation to human health. A lot of the conspiracies about us not landing on the moon is because we couldn't get through the Van Allen belt. I think we landed on the moon, and we've clearly sent things past the Van Allen belt. So we haven't really sent anything humanoid other than when we went to the Apollo missions. So this will be the farthest distance since people landed on the moon away from Earth, and they will be testing the high altitude stuff. Also, this is the coolest part, this has been blowing. It doesn't make sense, but of course, it's not supposed to make sense to me, I don't think. First commercial spacewalk. So this will be the first time any commercial person has ever done a spacewalk. At approximately 500 kilometers above the Earth, the crew will attempt the first ever commercial extravehicular activity, EVA, with SpaceX designed EVA spacesuits, different spacesuits than what they have right now. They have not released exactly what they look like yet, but clearly they know that they're working on them right now, so we'll see how that goes. Upgraded from the current IVA suit, intervehicular suit, building a base on the moon and the city on Mars will require thousands of spacesuits. The development of this spacesuit and the EVA will be an important step forward to scaling the design for spacesuits on future long-duration missions. From one of the calls that they said, how they're going to do the spacewalk is they will be tethered, but there's not like gonna, if you look at the Dragon capsule, it's a capsule. There's no like extra place to like go to. You're all in just one place. What they're going to literally do is open the hatch in space. So they're going to be sitting in the two people are going to be in sitting down in the capsule. One's going to be moving around. Two are going to be tethered. One's going to go out, it seems, and that, well, they haven't figured out exactly what's going to happen. Mainly, only one person's going completely out. But they're getting rid of all of the oxygen inside of the capsule. So they are literally going to be opening the hatch to the capsule, letting all of the air out, and now it's basically the inside of the capsule is space, which is just mind-blowing. I've watched enough of The 100 to know that that's not a good thing for a human body. So it's going to be very crucial that they are able to close that hatch securely and repressurize the thing. So not only are they're going to be fully depressurizing the entire capsule, then they're going to be leaving the capsule, and then they'll be coming back and repressurizing it with oxygen again. It's gotta. I mean, they already done this with the Gemini project, so this has happened before. Happened a while ago. It hasn't happened in a long time, but obviously, I mean, it's gonna have to happen at some point. And like they said in the statement, at some point, being on Mars and on the Moon, you're gonna have to have more suits like this. So, gotta test them out. You gotta send it. In space communications, this is another thing. I'll get to the other stuff, but the Polaris Dawn crew will be the first crew to test Starlink laser-based communications in space, providing valuable data for future space communication systems necessary for missions on the Moon and Mars. Also, obviously, beyond that, right now, I think it takes like 15 minutes for a signal to come back from Mars. So if we could make that a lot faster, that would be nice. So basically what I just said there is if you were to press the Z key wouldn't be pressed until 15 minutes later on Mars. Obviously, I think we can all agree that that's a big latency issue. So figuring out how to make that smaller and using the Starlink-based lasers will hopefully help with that. Also, if you just send a bunch of internet satellites into space, why not use them on other planets also? Sounds like a good idea to me. Health impact research also. This is basically going to finish it up. While in orbit, the crew will conduct scientific research designed to advance both human health, obviously, on Earth and our understanding of human health during future long-duration spaceflight. This includes using ultrasound to monitor, detect, and quantify nervous gas. What the fuck? Studies gathering data on radiation environment to better understand how space radiation affects human biological systems. Providing biological samples toward whatever the fuck that word is. I can't even fucking say it. Whatever. They're doing a lot of shit. SpaceX, Polaris, and I know that was great transition right there, but SpaceX and Polaris Dawn will also collaborate with the Transnational Research Institute of Space Health, Bioserve Space Technologies at University of Colorado Boulder, blah, 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 working with a bunch of companies, including John Hopkins, which I'm pretty sure that's what they raised the money for. The crew, if you watch, I highly recommend, and I did watch, I'm pretty sure the last episode I talked about it, you should watch the Netflix documentary. It's 4 parts, I think it's 4, maybe it's 3 parts, about the Inspiration 4 launch that happened last year. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. And if you have watched that, this crew is a very, 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 some very familiar faces in this crew. So obviously, the person bankrolling it, Jared Isaacman, he's paying for it. Obviously, he's going to be mission commander. Mission pilot is Scott. I'm not trying to pronounce his last name, not going to fuck that up. But he is going to be mission pilot. Also, this is someone you saw a lot of in the documentary. Documentary. I'm just going to say it like that. Documentary. Sarah, she's the lead operations engineer at SpaceX. And basically what she does is she's responsible for the astronaut training program. So the lady involved in training astronauts will be going on her own adventure. I think it's a very good idea, seeing as I probably would want the person who's in charge of making me ready at least had been through it. So she's going on it. Mission specialist and medical officer is Anna. She is the lead operations engineer at SpaceX, where she manages the development of crew operations and serves in mission control as both mission director and crew communicator. So it's going to be funny because it's like a do postmen have postmen? Like, does a postman get his own mail and bring it to his own house? In this case, yes. Don't know if that analogy worked correctly, but the people on this flight are going to be people who are actually working with the astronauts going on in the future that are going to be riding these things. So it's probably a good idea that they go through the ringer, as per se, and actually get sent through the shit. I think it's cool. They also talk about how, I don't know why I have to keep prefacing with it. I think it's cool. Obviously, I'm talking about it. Fuck you. Fuck me. This article doesn't talk about it, but this is the first of 3 missions. The last mission is going to be on Starship, and they said it's going to be the first human flight on Starship. So we'll see how that goes. Starship still kind of scares the piss out of me, but this project the Polaris project or program will be a part of the first humans on Starship. Although obviously that's not going to be for a couple years, so we'll see how that goes. But I already did this presentation, so I must have fucking skipped that. No, I didn't. I just fucking titled those things out of order. Next, actually, send it to an ad. Double Dome Municipality, back at it again with another ad. This episode's ad is brought to you by Tommy Chong CBD. The world is full of CBD brands, but only one has the name Tommy Chong CBD. They got drops, topicals, gummies, soft gels. Obviously, why wouldn't you? From 750 milligrams full spectrum gummies to 250 milligram CBD muscle freeze gel. There's definitely something on this website that will pique your interest. Drops come from 3 different formulas. Some of the drops are full spectrum, good vibes, and nice dreams. They got 300 milligram versions all the way up to 3,000 milligram versions of the drops. So no matter who you are, there's a product for you. Check them out. wickedgood.xyz advertisers tab. You go to wickedgood.xyz, click on the advertisers tab. Bam, there you go. That's how the internet works. wickedgood.xyz advertisers tab. If you don't use that link, I don't make any money. Also, make sure to use Tommy20 when you check out. You get 20% off. So as long as that lasts, don't know when this episode will be coming out or airing. So there you go. Tommy20, wickedgood.xyz advertisers tab. There you go. That's the end of this ad. Back to the show. And we're back from the ad, as always. Wickedgood.xyz, if that wasn't said in the ad, but everything's there. All the shit, YouTube, live streams, TV series, all there. To get back to the show, obviously do the hack of the week. Obviously, there was a NFT hack with OpenSea, but that happened while I already written all this shit. So next episode on that one. But I want to put the hack of this week, the Earn It Act. Earn It stands for Eliminating Abusive and Rampant Neglect of Interactive Technologies Act. So I'll say this again. Eliminating Abusive and Rampant Neglect of Interactive Technologies Act. Basically, if you read it, I'm not getting into it because it's a whole bunch of shit that I hate reading these goddamn bills. It sucks. Obviously, they word it certain ways for certain reasons. Mainly, They're trying to stop CSAM, which is child porn, basically. I fucking shouldn't have said that, but whatever. Kitty stuff. National Commission on Online Child Sexual Exploitation Prevention. Anytime you hear something like, "Oh, we need to save the children," like that fucking Apple thing. Yes, we will scan all of your yes, please scan all of my photos so that some children just don't. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? We just using children as a goddamn scapegoat to like steal a bunch of data? What's going on here? So read that if you want, but it's getting there. It's out of committee now, so it is going to a vote at some point. So I wanted to at least, talk about it. I know it's probably going to be like a 3-minute, 2-minute clip that's get fucking shot out there, but I ain't fucking reading it. And if you'd like to read it, go ahead. But otherwise, some more fucking shady shit's happening with whatever. Something's going to happen with all these internet acts, and we're going to get fucked in the ass somehow, and I'm not ready for it. People are getting fucked in the ass. Fucking fuck you, I'm cracking my nose, suck my ass. People getting fucked in the ass and people sucking ass are, it's just not a good one. MRC Data 2021 U.S. Year-End Report. They do a bunch of music data and have a bunch of insights into the music world. So that's why we're here talking about this. And this data actually was highly surprising. And if you listen to other episodes, you realize I constantly talk about how big companies, private equity companies are buying up a shitload of music right now, and a shitload of old catalog music. Old catalog being bought up by private finance right now, and the last 2-3 years has been crazy, and we now have a hint why. I'm just going to read directly from the thing because I'm so good at that. MRC Data's 2021 U.S. Year-End Report presented in collaboration with Billboard reveals overall consumption grow 11.3% during 2021 due to connected growth in audio streaming, a milestone year for vinyl, and a changing of the guard for catalog versus current music consumption. This is what I want to get at. Catalog versus current music consumption. Still really good though. 11.3% growth in the overall market of music. So obviously can't complain there. It was another game-changing year for the music consumption in 2021 as behaviors accelerated by the by the Wuhan virus pandemic led to several remarkable milestones. Overall consumption grew 11.3% year over year in 2021, thanks to a 12.6% lift in on-demand audio streaming. I mean, that makes sense. Obviously, the growth in on-demand streaming is going to go up because not everyone's on it yet. Part of that lift is due to new albums from Adele, Drake, Olivia Rodrigo, Taylor Swift, and the controversial Morgan Wallen. I don't know why they need to add this shit. All right, I'll add some controversies. Adele losing weight, so she's a fatcist. Drake fucks little kids. I shouldn't have said that, but Drake has some questionable younger women that he talks to. Olivia Rodrigo, female school shooter. Taylor Swift puts all of her terrible goddamn relationship issues into songs. So controversial, all of them. Don't need to put and the controversial Morgan Wallen. What are we doing here? But these releases only tell half the story of music listening in 2021. For the first time since MRC Data began tracking streaming music in 2008, the audio streaming of current music being released less than 18 months ago actually declined. This led to a significant increase in catalog's share of audio on-demand streaming universe, with 70% in 2021 versus 65% in 2020. As consumers reconnected with old favorites, discovered them first time on platforms like TikTok. So let me just go over that again. What they're talking about, current music, is music released less than 18 months ago. So current music stands for music released less than 18 months ago. Old catalogs beating it. Vinyl music formats took the new, god damn it, and vinyl music formats. Vinyl's been going up crazy over the last couple of years. Took a new vinyl album sales outpaced CDs for the first time in MRC's data history. So vinyl album sales, just try to comprehend. Vinyl album sales have outpaced CD sales since 1991. This is the first time it's ever happened. First time vinyl has ever outpaced CDs. Pretty fucking incredible. Vinyl album volume increased a whopping 50% year over year and finished the year with 41.9 million versus CD album volume of 40.6 million. So that's copies. So 41 million copies of vinyl over CD, which was 40 million. You know, it's obviously 1 million more, but that's just fucking incredible. Apparently, a lot of people are listening to vinyl for some reason, including the first week of MCR data entry. Saw vinyl sales 2 million copies sold week during. So 2 million copies of vinyl sold during the week ending with December 23rd as consumers stocked up for holiday season. Globally, red-hot genres like Afropop, K-pop continued to cross over to the U.S. and other territories in an even bigger way, led by hits from artists like WizKid, CK, BTS, Blackpink's. Many international territories continue ramping up their adoption of streaming services also. Japan, Colombia, Poland, Turkey, U.S. I didn't download the full fucking report because I don't care that much. I just thought it was really cool that for some reason old catalog is actually outpacing new songs. So it makes sense on why these companies are buying up all this old stuff. I mean, why not, right? Speaking of someone buying up old stuff in the music space, Snoopdog has acquired the legendary company Death Row Records. This is from Business Wire. If you don't Business Wire, they always have like the business version of articles, so that's why I always come here to read what they talk about. Also, I'm going to get into how this deal even became about earlier on, like a year and a half ago. Snoop Dogg today announced he has acquired the Death Row Records brand from MNRX Music Group, which is controlled by private equity funds managed by a leading global investment firm, Blackstone. So Blackstone owned Death Row Records, and now Blackstone is selling Death Row Records to Snoop Dogg. If you listen to the show, you know Blackstone shows up a lot. The transaction was not disclosed, so we don't know how much it was sold for, but Snoop Dogg owns Death Row Records now. Death Row Records has been home to a number of the most historic names in hip-hop and Snoop Dogg's debut album. Snoop Dogg, now owner of Death Row Records, said, "I am thrilled and appreciative of the opportunity to acquire the iconic and culturally significant Death Row Records brand, which has immense uptake future value, untapped future value," which we'll talk about later on in the crypto stuff. It feels good to have ownership of the label I was a part of at the beginning of my career as one of the founding members. It's always great when you actually own your stuff, and full circle now, Snoop Dogg owns his shit. This is an extremely meaningful moment for me. I would like to personally thank the teams at Blackstone, MNRK, and especially David Something, who worked collaboratively with me over the last several months to make this exciting homecoming a reality. I'm looking forward to building the next chapter of Death Row Records. Spoiler, next chapter's NFTs, but I'm just happy that he finally got his shit. I think more companies should be acquired by the people who fucking have the music holding there. Now, actually, if you go back maybe last season, I actually talked about how Hasbro bought Death Row Records and actually bought E1 Entertainment owned Death Row Records, but it also owned Peppa Pig. So then Hasbro bought E Entertainment because they wanted the Peppa Pig stuff, and as a part of that, Hasbro owned Death Row Records. Pretty funny. That's why I talked about it. Then Hasbro sold that part off to MNRK, the Blackstone Group. So then Blackstone owned Death Row Records, and now Snoop Dogg owns Death Row Records. Big business ties. Happy it's happening. I have no complaints. Halftime show was pretty good. Definitely one of the best in the last couple years. I don't really care about the halftime show. I'm very happy that hip-hop finally had that sort of presence finally. It was nice to see that. I don't know when the last time that ever happened, so I can't complain. Something I can complain about, though, is I guess I can't really complain because it kind of needs to happen, but DARPA has officially equipped its first Black Hawk helicopter with this ALIAS. It's called ALIAS. I don't know what it stands for, but basically uninhabited flight. So no human in the helicopter, and it's flying. This is a direct release from DARPA.mil. The DARPA Aircrew Labor and Cockpit Automated System ALIAS program completed the first ever flight of a Black Hawk helicopter without anyone aboard. So no one was in this helicopter, and it was flying. I mean, I thought this was already happening, if I'm being honest. I didn't know that this just started happening. So, I mean, thank God it's finally happening. I'm sure China and Russia aren't doing anything like that. Sure they are. Lockheed Martin Company completed a 30 minutes of uninhabited flight with the optionally piloted vehicle, OPV. So yes, this can be piloted by someone remotely, but obviously they were trying to test the automation over the U.S. Army installation at Fort Campbell, Kentucky, February 5th. An additional one was done February 7th. Black Hawk was retrofitted with Synchro-Sky Matrix autonomy technologies that form the core of ALIAS and can change the way aviators and air crews execute their missions by providing assistance when flying with limited visibility or without communications. I think it's cool. I mean, drones already fly themselves basically now, so why not retrofit the millions of dollars, the billions of dollars of gear that we have, retrofit that, and rather than just building all new shit. So I'm happy with the retrofitting. I'd rather people not be in the helicopters personally, but there is the problem with PTSD and people who are literally bombing or flying these things, and then 30 minutes later they're at home eating dinner with their kids. I'm sure that doesn't help with PTSD, so let's just have them fly on their own, just like DARPA's doing here. ALIAS is a flexible, extensible automation architecture for existing manned aircraft that enables safe, reduced crew operations, with which facilitates the addition of high levels of automation into existing aircraft. So, like I said, rather than building a whole bunch of new shit, let's retrofit the shit we got already. Also, they're very good aircraft, helicopters, so I mean, why not? It also provides a platform for integrating additional automation or autonomy capabilities tailored for specific missions. This is a quote from DARPA. With the reduced workloads, pilots can focus on missions management and instead of the mechanics of flying. Project manager. This unique combination of autonomy software and hardware will make flying both smarter and safer. Our airplanes are already doing this. Most of the time, if you're flying on an airplane, a 747 or whatever, maybe not a 747, weren't they having the autopilot issue? Either way, most airplanes nowadays can literally take off and land completely on their own. Most of the time they don't do it. It's just there for a contingency. But I think probably like 90, like a very high percentage of the time when you're actually like at cruising altitude, the airplane's flying itself. It's there's the guys are there ready to take over whenever, but it's flying itself. So clearly, I mean, it would be nice if we could like have that in the military to the systems we already have. The program has leveraged the considerable advances in aircraft automation systems over the past 50 years, as well as similar advances in remote piloted aircrafts. Even today's unmanned automated aircraft pilots must still manage complex interfaces and respond to unexpected situations. ALIAS aims to support execution of an entire mission from takeoff to landing. So the entire mission, this is what they want to be able to do, including autonomously handling contingency events such as an aircraft system failure. Easy to use interface facilitates supervision, alias interaction. So they want this to be a fully autonomous, even with contingency plans. Which, I mean, why not, right? I mean, fuck it. The Army is currently exploring potential use cases for technologies such as ALIAS, including those outlined in the U.S. Army's Future Vertical Lift FVL program. Within the next months, ALIAS program plans to conduct the first flight of a fly-by-wire M-model Black Hawk at Fort Sumter, Virginia. Don't know what that means yet, but sounds cool. You should watch the video. There is a video linked. The name of its first uninhabited Black Hawk flight. I highly recommend watching it. It is pretty cool. I mean, obviously, it's a helicopter flying itself. I mean, I don't know. There might be someone controlling it, but it looks like no one's driving it. Something that is decently terrifying, a video that I found pretty terrifying. It's going to get on the back of this, but Plenty secures a $400 million Series E funding. Company expands business model to include selling complete farm directly to partners. Basically, Plenty is a vertical plant growing company. So you would see why companies like Walmart, which is one of the larger funders in the Series E funding, would want to be a part of something like this. This is directly from, right, well, where's the good part? Fuck the quotes. I don't give a shit about the quotes. San Francisco, Plenty Unlimited, an indoor vertical farming technology company that can grow clean produce year-round. Anywhere in the world, today announced it has secured $400 million in a Series E financing round. The largest investment to date for an indoor farming company. So this is a big thing. The round, led by new investors One Madison Group and JS Capital, includes participation from strategic partner Walmart and existing investor SoftBank Vision Fund 1. God damn it, SoftBank. The funds will support Plenty's growth strategy, including leveraging its technology platform to sell multi-crop farms directly to partners. At closing of the investment, representatives of both One Madison Group and Walmart will join Plenty's board of directors. So Walmart will now be on board of directors, or someone from Walmart will be on the board of directors for Plenty, fully vertical indoor farming company. It does seem, what they say here, the fund will support Plenty's growth strategy, leveraging its technology platform to sell multiple crop farms directly to partners. So I presume they'd be selling, maybe we'll get some Walmart branded vertical farms or something. Plenty's architecture is completely different from greenhouses and other indoor farms. Its vertical towers and integration, it does look really cool, but this is my... I'll play the video. It's not going to show up on screen, but I'll describe it to you. And it's basically my ultimate fuck you to vegans, because I don't think the living being excuse is a good excuse. If you want to do it for other reasons, fine, but you can't use I don't want to eat a living or living things as an excuse when you eat fucking plants. They're living. Continuing, while traditional farms and other indoor farming solutions battle the limits of space, crop variation, nature, and yield. Now let's change this a little bit. Let's just pretend for a second this isn't plants. Now I'm going to read what I just said. Traditional pig farms and other indoor pig farming solutions battle for limits of space, variety, nature, and yield. The innovation modular system makes it possible to scale farms to meet the partner and consumption needs. So, replace the plants with meat. I think you're seeing where I'm going with this. Plenty is using its robust IP portfolio to make sustainable yield. All right, so let's just say this new pig farming technology now yields 100 to 350 times more per acre. Haven't heard that before. People complaining about that shit. How much goddamn acreage goddamn pig has. Fuck you. I agree. Should probably be a thing. But I'm just saying it pisses me off when people say, oh, I don't want to eat a living thing, and then they eat plants. It was living. And it was probably genetically grown in a specific way so that you were eating it, and a banana is yellow. Well, it's not actually yellow in nature. So, in addition to this commitment, this is where Walmart comes in. Plenty has also entered, and this would be great. I would definitely try to eat the produce. Plenty has also entered into a strategic commercial agreement with Walmart to lead a new category of fresh products and bring Plenty Farms closer to Walmart customers to offer pesticide-free, sustainable product year-round. The partnership will begin by sourcing Plenty's leafy greens from its Compton farm for all Walmart's California stores in 2022. So in 2022, every Walmart California store will be getting Plenty's products, leafy greens from the Compton farm, which is also cool that they're giving people in Compton jobs like that. As a global demand, certain food, increase indoor growing opportunities, provide fresh nutrients. Okay, whatever. Let's get to the fun stuff that made me feel cool. This is the video. It's called Plenty Tigress Farm. So let me just describe this to you. I'll go play by play for audio listeners. We get a first shot, some nice leafy greens. All right, we can replace that mentally with some cows. We got some cows. The nice leafy greens are showing on screen. Some nice panning, great lighting. Look at all these leafy greens. Oh, okay. Now we're seeing how these seeds are being planted. So right now we're looking at some seeds going down an elevator. So now I'm just going to mentally bring you here. Let's fetuses. Baby cow fetuses moving down an elevator, moving down this so that they can be placed into their nice little growth things. Okay, now next stop, we'll keep going. We're now what's happening is we're taking those seeds that were put into this perfect soil with the nutrients perfectly timed and measured for everything that's necessary for the perfect growth of this plant. Now let me flip it again to meat. Look at these baby cows being fed exactly. They're getting these pills, these whatever. They're getting the exact nutrients they want. That's all we're giving them is the exact nutrients these cows want. Now proceed to the growing phase. We see shelves of plants just under these infrared lights. Let's just put rows of cattle, stack them on top of each other with the leaves touching. 30 more seconds of this shit. Okay, now we see, here we go. They have robots picking up the plants and then putting them on racks. I have zero problem with that. I will also say I have zero problem with any of this. I'm more pointing out the hypocrisy that a lot of people have when they talk about eating living beings now, and how much they care about how much space a pig has. Do you care how much fucking lettuce has next to the other lettuce plant? No, it doesn't seem so, because we have companies like this absolutely flourishing. I will state again, I do not care. I'm just more pointing out the hypocrisy and a lot of this goddamn shit. Continue. Robots are placing pigs into their feeding areas or whatever, into their pens. Just robots just picking them up, putting them in the pens. No human interaction needed. No whipping. Nope. Robot just bloop. Cow in pen. There we go. Next shot. 10 stories of just plants. Now imagine that there was just a bunch of cows just being tube fed the fucking ingredients they want. Yeah, I'm painting a horrifying thing, because if you were a plant, I'm sure this is probably pretty fucking horrifying. Oh, it doesn't have eyes, a mouth, ear, nose, head, shoulders, knees and toes. Knees and toes, yeah. Well, I'm sorry, they probably have some sort of that, whatever that is. I think this looks fucking sick. I would fucking invest in this shit if it was publicly traded, but it's not, so. I don't know. I just think it's hypocritical for people to be all. I know you know why I'm fucking think it's fucking stupid. Well, whatever. On to some important shit. I don't even know, dude. Fuck it. I'm sending it to an ad. Fuck you. Well, not fuck you. Listen to my ad. Double Dome Municipality, back at it again with an ad. This episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Say it with me, Blue Chew. Blue Chew will bring more confidence to you in the bedroom by offering chewable tablets that can help men get stronger, longer-lasting erections. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but it's chewable and it's a fraction of the cost. Blue Chew's tablets help men achieve harder, longer-lasting erections to combat all forms of erectile dysfunction. Blue Chew is an online prescription service with no visits to the doctor, no awkward conversations, and no waiting lines at the pharmacy. Also, on top of all of that wonderfulness, it ships right to your door in a discreet package. The process is simple. Sign up at bluechew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. The best part, it's all done online. Blue Chew's licensed medical providers work with you to find the right ingredients and strength for you. Don't like swallowing pills? Same here. Had to deal with it before. No problems with this product. Blue Chew's sildenafil and tadalafil tablets are chewable. Blue Chew's tablets are made in the US of A, and they're prepared and shipped directly to you, so it's cheaper than the pharmacy. If you could benefit from some extra confidence when comes time to perform, visit bluechew.com for more details, and obviously important safety information is there, because obviously there's important safety information in regards to getting your dick hard. But I've got a special deal for you right now. Try Blue Chew for free when you use promo code WickedGood at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's bluechew.com, promo code WickedGood to receive your first month for free. Obviously, thank you, Blue Chew, for sponsoring this podcast. Highly recommend. Obviously, you don't need it all the time, but those times where, you need the extraness, obviously, there you go. Back to the episode. Your man is gone. And back at it again. If you want to go to a specific topic, I know some people, if you're on YouTube or Spotify or even anything, there are timestamps for everything, so you can click around. I don't care. But this topic, pretty close to me. I think everyone should have a VPN. If you don't have a VPN, I think you're an idiot. So this is some big news in the VPN world. This is directly from surfshark.com/blog. NordVPN Surfshark and Nord Security are getting aboard to secure people's digital lives. So Surfshark and NordVPN are combining. Why are they? Why do we just need more fucking conglomerates? Just do your own thing, god damn it. Also, I'll talk about fucking ExpressVPN. This happened to ExpressVPN like last year, so this is just going to continue to happen. I don't want to recommend one because I would like them to sponsor me, but it doesn't matter what company. Just get some sort of VPN, please. Don't get some free one that's just skimming all your data. At least use like Surfshark. I don't know what the other one is. Nord, Express, some other ones. Just use some sort of VPN, please. But to get into it, the blog states, you read it right. Surfshark is joining forces with Nord Security which marks the finalization of a merging agreement. Even though we came together to form a group, Surfshark and Nord Security will continue to operate as autonomous companies relying on separate infrastructure and different product development. Then what the fuck is the point of this shit? God damn it. Well, it seems like they're answering that question. We're joining forces to become stronger in facing growing cybersecurity challenges and better deliver to our customers. That's like fucking nothing. We're joining forces to become stronger in facing growing cybersecurity challenges. The fuck does joining forces help with that? What are we doing here? And better deliver to our customers. No, I feel like it'd probably take away if there's two fucking companies. Consolidation and global consumer security. Well, whatever. Surfshark has not been nor ever intend to be only a VPN. In this area, we do overlap with Nord Security in offerings, but our products are still different and will remain distinct in their qualities they provide. I honestly don't know what the fucking difference in between them is, so I can't tell you the difference. What will change? Nothing changes concerning our brands, infrastructure, company management, employees, and product development. Not yet. Why else would they merge? The idea behind the deal is to align on a tactical level in reaching mutual goals while keeping the autonomy of our operations. Got my fucking raspy ass voice, make my nose shake so much it feels like a goddamn earthquake. This strategic business move will serve as a springboard toward more rapid development and innovation while maintaining the uniqueness of both brands that customers learned to appreciate over many years. What about Surfshark's users' data? Highlighting that Surfshark and Nord Security are remaining autonomous companies, there will be no changes in how we secure our data, even how little we have. There will be no changes to Surfshark's terms of service. Also, so basically that's the end of it. Oh wait, what did someone? Can you rate this or something? Whatever. I mean, I don't like the consolidation, as said earlier. 2021, ExpressVPN joined Cape Privacy Group. So, I don't know. I hate consolidation, especially when it comes to privacy. It's like, why is that necessary? It's not necessary. It will be necessary in the future. I guess we're going to see what happens. I'm sure they're going to merge and do some stupid shit and whatever, but you got Lexus and what is it? Lexus and Toyota or whatever the fuck. So I guess whatever. Something that's not whatever and did kind of piss me off is I'm not gonna. I mean we're pushing time here, but the Daily Mail, which I'm not going to use as a source, and I don't like using as a source, but this was the closest I could fucking get to a source. But Spotify takes podcasts into its own. Taking, what is this? Streaming giant is hiring producers to manage every step of Harry and Meghan's pet project. Duke and Duchess of Sussex, whatever. Renown Audio was launched in December 2020. The 18 million euro podcast deal with Spotify was pledged to promote and share values, but now the audio giant has taken over production and will only one show streamed. There's only one fucking episode. So this is what pissed me off. Fucking Spotify paid $25 million for one fucking episode, and then they just gobble up all this goddamn... I should have talked about it in this episode. I didn't. Hopefully I can remember to add it to next episode. But they just bought a fuckload of more advertising companies that have to do with this shit. But this is the real thing that I liked. They went fucking real deep into this shit. Royal tycoons. Harry and Meghan's 11 Delaware-based companies revealed. Pekka Publishing LLC, set up in September 20. If the reason I find this cool is because obviously people hiding their business is pretty fun to me because it's fun figuring it out, and it looks like they figured it out. Pekka Publishing LLC, set up in September 2020 and used by Meghan to hold the rights for her children's book, The Bench. Pekka means freckle in Spanish. So basically, they're setting up companies for every individual thing, which is what most smart people do. Something Publishing, registered in December 2021. It's unclear what the couple will use this for, but it's likely to be set up for holding rights of Harry's blockbuster book deal with Penguin Random House and his memoir due for publication later this year. Cobblestone Lane LLC, incorporated in Delaware, February 2020. 5 days later, was used as an applicant to file for Archwell trademark. So Cobblestone Company is funneling or being used for the Archwell trademark. IPHW LLC, second trademark logo for Archwell was filed. This letter on top of which other. So now both of the trademarks are filed under two separate companies. So I'm just trying to go through this to show you the different layers of how people do this sort of shit and try to keep it out of the public eye. Archwell Audio, used to facilitate the high-profile entertainment deals with Netflix and Spotify. Archwell Productions, a different company. Entertainment company used for business with lucrative Netflix and Spotify. So they're using both of those for both deals. And then Something Holding, February 2021. According to the company's documents, the firm is for investments in a tree native to Bridgemont LLC, entertainment company used for business with lucrative Netflix and Spotify deals. Hampshire LLC, entertainment company, January 2021. The name may be a reference to Harry and Meghan's memorial holiday. Okay, yeah, so there's no actual understanding for that one. Washington Holdings LLC, set up in September 2020. September 2020, was dedicated, described only as a holding company in is a Japanese term? Okay, whatever. And then another one. So they have 11 Delaware companies and one podcast that they literally that Spotify spent $25 million on, which it just fucking pisses me off and then leads me into this Rogan shit. Obviously, I don't fucking care. At a certain point, I mean, do you hear some of the songs on Spotify? Like, what are we doing? They get rid of the songs first. What the fuck is the problem? Also, the people behind a lot of this stuff and these people pulling off all these goddamn... a lot of the people who are behind the artists pulling their catalogs, it's fucking Blackstone. The people I just talked to you about, the same people who just sold the goddamn Death Row records to Snoopdogg, the same people are behind and own those catalogs. So the people who owned Death Row records also own the catalogs that are being pulled from Spotify. So I could only imagine what nefarious things and reasons for any of that happening. But I also want to point out that people are complaining about Rogan's episodes being taken down. His episodes have been taken down from Spotify, and he acknowledged this months and months ago when the deal first happened. There are some episodes that are not on Spotify, and there's a website that tracks it. It's called jremissing.com. Shows every episode that's not on there. But there's 113 episodes that are missing from Spotify. So I would just like to, I'm just going to do some math here real quick. Actually, I did do this out in preparation for this. More Rogan. Okay, so give or take, we'll say, we're going to estimate every Joe Rogan episode 3.5 hours, right? That's 210 minutes. So 210 minutes times the amount of episodes he has. He has, as of doing the math, 1,776 episodes. So let me say that again. He is almost at 2,000 episodes. 1,776 episodes times 210 minutes. Just try to fathom that for a second. He has spoken for 372,960 minutes. I'm going to say that again. Because he's done 1,776 episodes, he has now spoken for 373,000 minutes. That is equal to 259 days. So, at an estimated two. So you can tell I'm getting worked up. Estimate every single episode is 3.5 hours. With that being in the estimate, he has literally spoken for 259 days continuously. Now imagine talking for 259 days continuously. You're going to say some fucking dumb shit. I've said some dumb shit already. I couldn't even tell you how many goddamn minutes I've done this shit. What the fuck is going on, man? There's so many other terrible things going on in this world that should be talked about, and we're concerned about Spotify and $200 million. Like, what is going on here? God damn it. This guy has talked for 259 days completely straight. God damn it. Also, I'm fine. This is the thing. This is how capitalism should work and ultimately should work. If you don't like it, cancel your fucking subscription. Who cares? That's how capitalism works. You don't like Jeff Bezos, don't have an Amazon Prime account. Don't like Joe Rogan, don't have a Spotify account. Pretty fucking simple. It's like, just don't support it. How fucking hard is that? On top of cancel culture being canceled, we have Mr. Portnoy, Davey Pageviews, in the news because he has finally put through a lawsuit. Great intro there. I'm just going to read his literal article, and he has filed the lawsuit in Massachusetts. This is from the Barstool Sports blog. Read my entire complaint against Barstool Insider. So I'm going to read some of the complaint. I'm going to skip around a little bit, but I think it's highly interesting, and he wants to push this through. He wants full discovery. He wants discovery, and he doesn't want a settlement. So I think this is going to be, mark my words, a very, very, very big case in this cancel culture hit piece fucking error. I really hope that this does some sort of damage to that and sets a precedent. I'm literally just going to read. If you don't know anything about what's happening with Portnoy, go ahead. I mean, I'm basically not going to be describing it right now, but I'm going to read the exact article so you can actually figure out what's going on. That's why I like reading the exact fucking, not article, the exact lawsuit, so you get to know what lawsuits are written like. This case arises from defendants knowing publication of 2 false and defamatory exposés in the private life of the well-known founder of Barstool Sports, plaintiff Dave Portnoy. On February 3rd, 2022, a representative for Defendant Insider Inc., Business Insider, gave an interview to Variety boasting, "If we get sued, we will defend the case vigorously. News organizations regularly get sued. It's a cost of doing business." That's a great way to put it, I guess. Perhaps it is the cost of doing business for Insider, a publication that generates its revenue through clickbait journalism and the publication of false and defamatory hit pieces concerning the country's most well-known figures. To Insider, the truth has always paid a second fiddle to the dollar. This is literally in the lawsuit. This is why this is amazing. Defendants published as fact that Portnoy had violently R-worded and S-worded assaulted 3 unnamed females and outright fabrication. Defendants, I couldn't blow this up very much, so I'm kind of squinting. It's very small text. Doesn't help with my goddamn dyslexia anyways, but they're hit pieces as part of a perceived plan to sensationalize a story in order to drive reader traffic to an internet location where they would then be solicited to subscribe to defendants' tabloid-like publication. Further demonstrating defendants' malicious intent, each of Insider's stories was published on a date coinciding with Penn National Gaming's quarterly earning announcement, which they own a 36% in Barstool. So they dropped these articles the day of a very large meeting with investors. Defendants' actions were outside any conceivable notion of actual journalism. Mr. Portnoy seeks to hold defendants accountable for their willful and unlawful defamation and privacy rights violation. This is all being done in Massachusetts, so we'll see what happens, and there's a reason for it because of the laws we have. Defendants calculated that canceling Mr. Portnoy would be lucrative business for Insider. Insider and its staff were willing to cash in on their stories while knowingly disregarding the truth. In publishing the false and defamatory stories aimed at destroying Mr. Portnoy's reputation, Insider sought to cause the downfall of one of Massachusetts' most well-known entrepreneurs and media personalities. Indeed, Mr. Portnoy's life has been nothing short of remarkable. Of course, he would have that put in the fucking lawsuit, right? It's fucking Portnoy. It's fucking Davey Pageviews. What do you think we're doing? It goes over some more stuff about like the background of Barstool. Don't need to read that. Insider's defamation scheme. Insider's defamatory scheme was well planned and nearly a year in the making. And the defamatory stories would serve as the launch for Insider's promotion on discounted premium subscriptions to its online publication, Business Insider. That's how it goes. New York Times, read the article for 5 seconds, and you gotta subscribe. So, fuck you, Business Insider. Without a modicum of journalistic integrity, with Insider's chief executive officer Henry Blodgett in the helm, Insider, its reporters Julia Black and and their editor Nicholas something, collectively the defendants, engaged in a calculated smear campaign against Mr. Portnoy by publishing and therefore refusing to to retract and or correct 2 false and defamatory stories on its website, at least suggesting, if not blatantly stating, that Mr. Portnoy sexually assaulted 3 women, which is just crazy. I mean, what are we doing here? We're just like, no facts, what are we doing? No facts, all feelings. Insider's allegations are patently false and critically and evidence actually insider. Over the last few months, defendants have engaged in targeted smear campaign designed to destroy Mr. Portnoy's reputation and boost insiders' viewership and subscription revenue, which includes the following. Basically go over all the things that they're trying to do. Mr. Portnoy never sexually assaulted anyone. Defendants are well aware of that fact. Nevertheless, Insider is attempting to cash in on the climate of fear and cancel culture. This is why I love that they're adding this. Permitting the media, whereby it became open season for anyone to make any claim, no matter how vile and unsupported, about anyone seemingly without consequence. There are, however, consequences for unlawfully defaming someone. Mr. Portnoy will not stand idly by while Insider and its Twitter army of executives, editors, and reporters attempt to drive clicks, viewership, and subscription revenue for themselves by recklessly spreading malicious and defamatory lies that Mr. Portnoy engaged in egregious criminal conduct by sexually assaulting 3 women or recording them without their knowledge or consent. Even after being confronted with the evidence that contradicts the false allegations in its stories, rather than admitting to its misconduct and irresponsible journalism, Insider refused to retract, correct, or even update its stories about Mr. Portnoy. And it's so funny just saying Mr. Portnoy, Davey Pageviews, and his intense maliciously standing by its false and defamatory reporting. Now, months after the initial publication, Insider continues to use Mr. Portnoy as bait to attract consumers to its subscription service. And this is the final paragraph that I'll be reading. Insider's conduct here is shameful, but given defendants' track records, it is not surprising Mr. Portnoy brings this attention to clear his name, to set records straight, and to recover the substantial damages the defendants caused him as a result of the irresponsible and defamatory stories they have published about him. God fucking damn it, dude. My nose never used to get this fucking itchy. I don't know what the fuck's going. Well, actually, if you watch the old episodes, definitely used to get this itchy. Fuck me, dude. I'm just happy this fucking cancel culture shit's finally fucking ending. Like, god damn it, fuck you. I don't give a shit about your goddamn opinion. There's 7 billion of the goddamn people on this planet. I don't fucking care. Fuck off. There's so much goddamn shit going on in this goddamn world that no one talks about, and it's like, who cares about this? Whatever. Cancel culture. That's what we should do. Moving on, getting towards the end of the episode, kind of. But YouTube channel of the week, obviously, I'm going to do Company Man. I've been watching his stuff for, I don't know, many years now. I remember watching one of his old ones that he redid, which was, so that made me realize, oh, wow, I have been watching it for a while. So, check it out. He does a bunch of stuff, the Rise and Fall and Rise Again, Delta Airlines, Microsoft, a whole bunch, MGM, Pizza Hut, KB Toys, Marvel, Converse, Sam's Club versus Costco, shit like that. I think Dollar General versus Dollar Family versus Dollar Tree. I think it's a cool channel. You should definitely check it out. Something else that's cool and mind-blowing, obviously that's why it's in this. I do not know basically most of the stuff that I'm about to say right now, but I do want to talk about it because limb generation is a here we go. Acute multi-drug delivery via a wearable bioreactor facilitates long-term limb regeneration and functional recovery in adult frogs, basically. So they have figured out how to regenerate limbs on frogs. Here's the abstract. I'm not going to get into the whole fucking thing because reading these goddamn science papers makes me realize how dumb I am. Limb regeneration is a frontier in biomedical science, identifying triggers in initial morphogenic responses in vivo to induce the growth of healthy patterned tissue that would address the needs of millions of patients from diabetics to victims of trauma. Organisms such as frogs, whose limited regenerative capabilities in adulthood mirror those of humans, are important models with which to test that can restore form and function. So the reason they're trying it on frogs is because they don't regrow limbs like we do. Obviously, we don't fucking regrow limbs. Well, really losing the goddamn brain function now, aren't we? Here we demonstrate long-term 12-month regrow, marked tissue repatterning, and functional restoration of an amputated limb following a 24-hour exposure to a multi-drug pro-regenerative treatment delivered by a wearable bioreactor, whatever the fuck that means. So they went for they grew it over 18 months. So seems like it's working. Regenerating tissues composed of skin, bone, vascular, and nerves significantly exceeded the complexity and sensor-motor capabilities of untreated and controlled animals. What the fuck? RNA sequencing of early tissue buds revealed activation of developmental pathways such as this data demonstrates the successful kickstarting of basically regenerative regrowing pathways in vertebrate model. So they regrew an arm on a fucking frog. That's pretty fucking cool. I mean, obviously it's over my head, but had to throw something in there for a Morty mind blower. On to crypto. We have the Assange NFT, censored.art/clock 1047. Oh, goddamn, where's the explanation? Whatever, this is for Assange. It was bought by the Assange DAO, decentralized organized decentralized authority organization. These DOA things, I'm going to start looking into them more and trying to describe them more, but I've talked to them that some DOA bought a DAO bought the Skrelly album, the Wu-Tang album that Skrelly had. So I've talked about them before on the show. So here's another one. The Assange DAO is dedicated to restoring Assange's freedom. If you don't know who Assange is, look into it. I'm not doing that today. Okay, DAO started to mobilize in a Telegram group in December 10th, 2021, the day that the U.S. government won its appeal of a British court ruling that barred Assange's extradition to the U.S. If extradited to the U.S., Assange faces 175 years in prison for publishing truthful information. Shortly after the Telegram group was formed, Assange's brother Gabriel joined. He informed us that an NFT collaboration with Assange was in progress, which was going to be auctioned to raise funds for his campaign. Inspired by Free Ross DAO, which raised $12 million to free Ross something. I don't know who that is. The Assange DAO intends to raise capital to bid on Assange's NFT by galvanizing an Assange solidarity network. We hope to send a powerful signal at the time of passivity is over. Never fucking said that word in my life. A new era of cypherpunk organization has dawned. this is the basically how it worked is the censored NFT collection, Assange XP pack. Censored is an NFT collection in collaboration with Assange and renowned digital artist pack that is set to be auctioned February 7th. Already happened. Blah, blah, blah. Dynamic one-of-one NFT and a dynamic open edition in which anyone can participate. Assange aims to do that. Yeah, they did it already. So they bought it. I think it's cool that a bunch of people band their money together to buy this NFT, and then that money is going to Assange. It's very convoluted. I'm sure there's probably some sort of money flustering going on there, but I thought it was cool. God damn it, do I keep having to fucking say that? Fuck me. Oh, it's terrible. It's not cool at all. Idiot. Fucking pants are all fucked up. Now my sock is fucked up. To move on to some other NFTs, Snoopdog, Snoop DOG. He sold a shitload of NFTs worth around 44 million. I don't really care to talk about that much. What I do care to talk about is Snoopdog has confirmed, or at least said in a 16-minute clip in Clubhouse, that he's going to turn Death Row Records into the first major label in the metaverse. Now, there's been a lot of articles written about this, and all of it is literally predicated on a 16-second clip in Clubhouse. There's no quote. Literally just a clip from a Clubhouse chat. I couldn't find the full one. I was trying to find a recording of the entire one. In my search, didn't find it. Obviously, I didn't look that hard, but I found the original clip that everyone's citing. Literally 16 minutes. I think it would be cool to see how they can do something with that, especially with the acquisition of Death Row Records. It's a very known, popular name. I don't know. Snoop Dogg's putting his name on, I don't know. I think he's putting his name on too much stuff right now. Kind of needs to chill out a little bit. He's making a shitload of money off of it, but I think NFTs in a smaller number is probably the way to go right now, especially, you can sell them for high too, but god damn, it's like, I think altogether he's probably had at least probably 100,000 unique items throughout NFTs. Obviously, each one's in a different project. Some are 25,000, some are 5,000 catalogs, but I'm open to seeing it happen. Obviously, it's not really that much that I know can happen. I don't know where it's gonna if he's gonna sit on the board of a goddamn, we're just gonna be in the metaverse. We're just gonna be in fucking Decentraland or whatever it is the entire time, not in the metaverse of Facebook. That could suck ass. Those fucking commercials are creepy as shit. Some other stuff that's really creepy as shit. This is gonna be second to last topic. I'm not going to go too deep into it because it's pretty fucking obvious how terrible this is. But the crisis text line, if you've ever I haven't used it personally. I'm not going to, if I have a crisis, I'm not texting a company that literally once I basically, you text this hotline and they steal your data, obviously, and all your conversations. They are saving it for obvious reasons. They like data. And they were selling it to an AI company. What? That's what I said. What? Why are they even fucking saving that goddamn data? So crisis, text line, Politico were the people who broke it. And I've read through the article. I got to, this is the stuff that really blew my mind. But since its launch in 2013, Crisis Text Line says it has exchanged 219 million messages. I'm going to say that again. Since 2013, Crisis Text Line, a Silicon Valley company, a tech company, says it's exchanged 219 million messages and more than 6.7 million conversations over text, Facebook, Messenger, and WhatsApp. Channels that it says allow it to meet its often youthful client base where they are. It has spread beyond the US to open operations in Canada, UK, and Ireland. New York-based nonprofit says it knows how deeply personal and urgent these silent conversations are for those reaching out, many of them young, people of color, LGBTQ, or living in rural areas. 68% of our texts share something with us that they have never shared with anyone else. And they are selling that data to AI companies. I know, like, I get pissed off when I talk about, please be careful of your data, the shit you're sending to people and stuff like that. This is the stuff that's just fucking gross, because you're taking advantage of people who are in terrible situations and exploiting them. I think this is exploitation. 68, this is a quote directly from them. 68% of our texts share something with us that they have never shared with anyone else. You don't think that some like data hungry succubus is just like, they don't just want to like suck all that fucking, those terrible, obviously, I mean, those conversations and all that fucking AI trying to get the craziest data out of, like, this is why you cannot trust fucking companies like this. Do not, like, god damn it. And now, obviously, they come out and say, we're going to stop doing that, and apparently they're going to stop. Now, if you've tuned into this show before, that ain't fucking happening. Let's see. Yeah, I'm sure they're going to stop selling that data. So, an update on data privacy, our community, and our services. This is directly from the crisistextline.org blog. Our service works and saves lives because the trust of our volunteer and text communities have placed on us. Your trust is critical to fulfilling our mission of building a more empathetic world. Our goal is to always make it easier for everyone to get help and feel supported and safe while doing so. Real fucking safe, you assholes. During these past days, we've listened closely to our community's concerns. We hear you. Crisis Text Line has had an open and public relationship with Loris AI. I'm sure on that top of the fucking website, you're just plastering, we sell your data to AI firms. Very public. I'm sure it was buried 50 pages into the terms of service. We understand that you don't want Crisis Text Line to share any data with Loris, even though the data is handled securely, anonymized, and scrubbed of personal, identifiable information. I hope it's been goddamn drilled in your fucking head, and if you're listening to this for the first time, no data is anonymized. No personal data is ever anonymized. It's very easy to figure out who's who. Guess what? If I see an IP address showing up at your house pretty much continuously, and I know what time you leave for work, and now that IP address is at the place of your work, well, I'm pretty sure it's pretty easy to then assume that that address is you. Looks like I fucking broke the anonymity. It's just a bunch of crap. It's like, this is just a bunch of crap. Yeah, we handle it very securely. I'm sure there's probably somewhere and someone who has the password to that fucking data and could just fucking zoop, whip. I'm just going to continue because I'm just going to get more infuriated by reading this. This change includes our request to Loris to delete the data. You must delete the data you have received from Crisis Text Line. I'm sure they're definitely going to delete that data. Definitely going to delete that data. Oh yes, we have also updated our terms of service and privacy policy accordingly to reflect this change. Note, while data sharing relationship has existed, Loris has not accessed any data since the beginning of 2020. So Loris has only had access to data from when the pandemic started, when I presume probably the largest number of fucking people were using the goddamn text line, chat, whatever the fuck this shit is. I'm sure Loris probably wasn't selling that customer data information to help in the pandemic in some sort of weird fucking fucked up way. To continue, we heard your feedback, and it should be clear and easy for anyone in crisis to understand what they are consenting to when they reach out for help. And we are making several changes to further improve the experience for texters to increase transparency for users of our service. I went on the Politico. It is 50 pages. So if you text crisis text line right now, you got to read a 50-page terms of service to fucking accept before you're going to fucking off yourself. Like, what do we do? What is going on? What is going on? 50 pages. I'm trying to not off myself. I'd love to go read the terms and services and the privacy policy. I'd love that. God damn it. I'm going to send it to an ad real quick because I think my laptop just fucking beeped about to die. So ad break from another timeline, interrupting the beginning of this show to do obviously some self-promotion. If you've got friends or family that like listening or watching someone talk for almost 2 hours, tell them about the show. Obviously, why else would I be here self-promoting myself? Human to human promotion is the best sort of promotion. It's the only useful promotion. Whenever one of my friends tells me to listen to something or watch something, I, at some point, obviously may not listen to it directly when they tell me, but at some point, I do make sure to check it out. So, tell your friends, tell them to check it out. I'm not going to tell you to like and subscribe. Do not do either one of those things if you're listening to this right now. Listen to the rest of the content. There you go. Self-promo is done. Back to the rest of the show. Back from that ad break. Hopefully that was enough time for the thing to charge up. It is dying, so I'm going to kind of get through this, and I'm sure I'm just going to use an advertisement for myself there, but God damn, man, this is all fucked up. So we have added an easy-to-understand bulleted summary at the top of our terms of service. We will accelerate additional efforts to test new ways to safely improve our texting experience and the way texters can consent to our terms. Yeah, by basically, don't fucking text me if you're gonna off yourself and you don't accept my terms of service. I've never used it before, so I'm not speaking from. I've never used it personally, but we're gonna go on. This is the most degenerate part of all of this. Whenever an organization has the information of others, they should be held to a very high standard. This is why I love reading these fucking corporate messages and not reading these articles that are all based on opinion. This is the literal statement from the company. This isn't some Maj Podge that some asshole who writes articles all day wrote up. No, this is the literal company crisis text line putting this out. Whenever an organization has the information of others, they should be held to a higher standard. We have invested significant time and resources into building a mental health crisis intervention service where texters and volunteers can feel safe and secure. I'm sure they fucking do now. We will always aim to hold ourselves to the highest standards, you fucking assholes. You fucking assholes. We are grateful for the feedback from our community members. I'm sure you're very happy because now you're losing millions of dollars that you didn't care about in the beginning. We welcome your ideas regarding the improvement of our terms and our processes for consent. It's good at least they have some sort of survey or whatever the fuck they can do. But I don't know, man. I like talking about this stuff at the end because I know a lot of people probably don't listen to it all the way. I'm obviously going to clip it, but man, we are in a fucked up world, and y'all really got to be protective of your data. I know it's like, I don't, oh, who cares if they have my IP? Who cares if they have my address? Who cares if they have my credit card information? Who cares? Who cares? Well, maybe one time you might want to off yourself and you goddamn call this text line, and now you're getting advertisements for who the fuck knows what. That's fucking disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I mean, I should have seen it coming. Why not? Well, why wouldn't they fucking... Goddamn, it's like, at this point, what the fuck? Also, at this point, what the fuck? This is why I'm putting it at the end. Probably not good, because I'm sure the bot probably listens to the end also. But CDC isn't publishing large portion of Wuhan virus data it collects. I could only imagine why. Now, it's a New York Times article. I'm going to leave the article for you to read it. I'm not reading it for obvious reasons. Because you already know where I stand. I fucking predicted this shit fucking 2 years ago, literally now at this point. So have fun reading that if you want. But the CDC is suppressing data because they don't want it to possibly mislead people and not get vaccinated. Like, what are we doing? I will never trust the CDC after this fucking bullshit. I don't think anyone should. Fucking CDC guidelines change like a fucking... The science. Science is changing. But 6 months ago I would have been deplatformed if I said certain things about the science. But it's changing. Fuck you. And then you don't even give us all the goddamn data, you fucking assholes. So that's where I'm ending it. Here's the number if you want to call or text. I don't know. Actually, I think I have text turned off. But call in, leave a voicemail. 617-600-8737. Again, 617-600-8737. Leave me a voicemail. If you want to have a topic or something, send it through that. Every episode has the surveys in the description, so do that also if you'd like. Like, subscribe, all that shit. I don't give a fuck. Twitch streams all the time. wickedgood.xyz. If you're watching this on YouTube, there's a video above me, video above the Skelly Tan Man. And that's it. Donate whatever you want. Happy to be back.